I think a good topic to talk about today, especially in the times we're living in, is finding inner peace. I've had this revelation and this new understanding that's come into me regarding that, and my journey throughout the years of searching for comfort and searching for satisfaction in life. Those things I was really looking for a long time. And I understand now that all that I was looking for was God, really. I tried to pursue money, especially having that be such a huge weight in my life, trying to become somebody that's self sufficient or that can provide for others eventually in the future as well. I used to think to myself, if I just became a big YouTuber, if I did this, if I got sponsored on the track and I became somebody worth millions and millions of dollars, I'll be happy. I'll get the dream house I've always wanted. I'll get the girl I always wanted. And that's still stuff that can add to your life, but it shouldn't be the foundation or the core of who you are. None of the stuff that I ever achieve in my life, none of the things that I will ever do or have done, none of them really matter in terms of fulfilling my own happiness, because those things can always fail. I could perform really bad the next meet, and I have several times throughout this past year. The money could stop flowing, the market can crash, I could make one bad investment, the business could start drying up. If I'm relying on those things to keep me going, the system that I've built for myself is not going to last very long at all. And I've seen it firsthand in my own life as I've navigated my own thought process and taken the time to really understand what I want, what is my purpose, and what am I doing to achieve those things, and how am I just keeping it all in perspective. I really had a hard time just absorbing information in and then compiling it into something that made sense, because the more you learn, at least for me, the less I feel like I know. And then what happens when you feel sort of helpless because you're like, okay, I have all this knowledge. I'm gaining understanding, but what do I do with this? How can I, as one person, do something that can be of some change to myself first? Because we have to start with ourselves. But then eventually, how do I get to the point where I'm able to pour into others? I had a hard time trying to understand that. But just being an example in getting yourself together just says a lot. Just when people see you and they see you changed, sometimes actions do speak louder than words. That's why the saying is true. Actions do speak louder than words. But it's not easy because of the because of the distractions presented before us. Our natural desires for love and intimacy and connection. Some of us don't need as much connection, but at a certain level, we do need some sort of social interaction or connection. You know, we want to be able to feed ourselves. We want to be able to take time to ourselves to do things we want to do. We want to be able to go play that game or go to that local fair or go to that local sporting event or whatever it may be. It's the time that I've spent with people where I feel like I've grown the most, because I learned that since time is so limited, in the grand scheme of things, time doesn't exist. But for us, being humans living in this temporary body, the time that we get to spend with people, it can be such a profound thing because it could only be a few minutes with some random stranger you meet. And this happened to me multiple times. Some of those moments you just never forget. You just soak in the moment. You live in it. You experience it. And it just is. I don't know how else to explain that, but it just is. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about what you need to do tomorrow. You're just in the present moment. And it's a beautiful thing because just the small, tiny bit of time could just be so impactful to you and the other person. I mean, people spend time going to other countries, planting trees and feeding the homeless. And those are great things, of course. But I guess my point is, even just the conversation that you have with people can just be so profound, and just moments that you appreciate just for the sheer fact that you are being a human sharing that experience, that moment with somebody else. All this focus on the hustle and bustle of life, of going to school, getting a job, going to work. I've talked about these things before, but being outside of that major traffic for so long has allowed me to tap in deeper than I ever thought I could ever do. Just enjoying those moments. When I wake up in the morning, hearing the birds chirp, or just when I wake up early and the lawn care services outside, the people mowing the yard are outside, or people working out in the garden in the neighborhood on the grass and whatnot. Like, it's just the opportunity to wake up and get the day started early. I'm rewiring my brain to think about just the small things and how they can impact me positively or negatively. Because it really is the little moments in life. All the negative things you experience, all the positive things you experience, you can stack them and stack them and stack them. And the more you focus on one thing, the more of that seems to pop up, scientifically speaking, with the reticular activating system in the brain. We're used to patterns. We want to see consistency. And I guess what made the peace consistent for me, obviously, is God. He can sustain the peace and bring it. But we also have a job in maintaining that as well by focusing on the right things, the small things, those interactions, the little moments that may seem insignificant, but actually have the most profound impact. If you relate to anything that I'm saying, or if you found this useful or interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be back with more of these type of talk videos because I do like to post a lot of different things, as I have said before. I'm an up-and-coming YouTuber, content creator, athlete. Maybe we'll see about training this season. I probably will. I have no idea. I would love to get a community here that loves to just talk and think and play games, because I love to do all those things. So if you want to join me, sub up, come to my streams. I multi-stream on TikTok, Kick, and Twitch. So pick your poison and come along for the ride.